Good set of earnings in Q3 with strong performance coming in from the steel business in the domestic market and Oman, as well as while the power business functions at low utilization levels, but the margins came in quite strong. Ravi Uppal, the MD and CEO of JSPL, joins us now. Mr. Uppal, good morning. To begin with, can you give us a sense of what were the steel realizations in this past quarter, and also what was the EBITDA per ton that you clocked in?
Well, the net sales realization of steel has improved. In this quarter, the steel realization is up by about 7%, which if you translate into rupees, I think we are up by about 2,000 to 2,500 rupees per ton. The EBITDA per ton is about 8,100 rupees in the third quarter.
And how is steel demand holding up in the current month? I asked because there's some talk of discounts being offered on bulk sales, etc. Any truth to that?
Well, I can't speak for others, but I can tell you that we do not give any kind of major discount for bulk sale. I mean, obviously, when you have bulk sale, you do give some kind of a small incentive, but it's not any major incentive. So I'm not aware of any bulk discount which is being given. I just would like to say that, when we're talking about the improved earnings for the industry or for JSPL specifically, there are three factors which have contributed to increasing the EBITDA. Number one, increased volume. And if you look at our consolidated sales, we are up by about 18% on physical turnover of steel. Second is the increased net sales realization. And the third factor is the reduction in cost. So it's a net impact of that which has culminated into a much higher EBITDA in this quarter compared to the same quarter the previous year.
Yeah, actually, Sonia asked you about demand. I wanted to know about the supply. What is your current inventory?
Well, that one front where we have done extremely well in the last quarter is the management of the working capital, both in terms of inventory reduction as well as the receivables. I'm happy to tell you that at the end of this quarter, we had the all-time low inventory. Our finished good inventory is, about 115,000 tons, which used to be about 250,000 tons. And likewise, our receivables have also reduced. And all these things taken together have resulted in a major reduction in our working capital. So a lot of funds have been sort of unlocked from the working capital.
The pellet sales have rocketed in the past 1 year. Can you give us a breakup of what is the captive and the export sales, and what were the realizations in this quarter?
Well, I would say that pellet, as one product line, we have done very well. We are the largest exporter of pellets from India now. We are producing between 6.5 to 7 lakh tons of pellet every month, because our total capacity is about 9 million tons, and out of that, we're exporting between 250 to 300,000 tons of pellet every month. The rest of them are sold either in domestic market or they go to our plants. And as far as the realization you asked about, the export realization in the recent weeks and months have improved. The current price of pellet is anywhere between $100 to $105 FOB, which is being sold.
Besides the pellet, your Oman unit delivered a decent performance. What is the capacity utilization and how is demand shaping up for its products?
Well, the capacity utilization in Oman is between 75 to 80%. And we do think that there's a room for improvement of capacity utilization. I think it should go up to a level of about 85%.
Oh. Okay, now let me come to the power business. What's the capacity utilization there?
Well, that we are running, we have a total installed capacity of about 3,400 megawatt. And we are running right now between 1,350 to 1,600 megawatt of power. Earlier we were, dispatching a lot to the merchant market, but of late we discovered that the prices that we're getting from merchant market are relatively low. So therefore, there are two segments which we are focused on. One of them is the supply of power against PPAs, and the second one against the bilateral agreements that we have with the buyers. We are selling to the national exchange only to the extent of meeting the technical minimum requirements of an operating unit. This has helped us to improve reduce our costs, and on the other hand, it has helped us to improve our net sales realization. And in the third quarter, if you notice that our EBITDA earnings have gone up. And now our EBITDA is at a level of 35% compared to 25% that we had for the same quarter last year. So this is basically a result of being very selective who we sell to, focusing more on PPAs and the bilateral sale, and also reducing the fuel cost. So all these things have come together, and to see that, to ensure that we improve our EBITDA to the level that we achieved at the end of third quarter. Now, in the next 6 months, we are expecting some more PPAs that we had won quite some time ago to come on stream. We are going to supply to Kerala. We're going to supply to some other customers on a bilateral basis. So I do see the capacity utilization from March till about September improve. But having said this, I must say that we still have room to take a lot more PPAs because a good part of our capacity is still underutilized.
Okay.
Well, the street clearly likes what you're saying, Mr. Uppal, because the stock is now up almost 5%, spiking up as you speak. How do you plan on reducing this massive debt pile that you're sitting on? I know we ask you this question every quarter, but what's the way forward?
The company is absolutely determined to reduce the debt level, but it has to be done very progressively. As a first step, we want to make sure that our earnings become more steady. And the second step that we are taking is that whatever surplus earnings we have, we should use them to reduce the level of debt. That is the topmost priority for the company. And alongside, if there are any assets that we can dispose of and any amount that we realize from them, we will use that to reduce the debt. So all eyes within the company focus on reduction of debt, and we're very absolutely determined to do that.
Okay, but can you give us a number on what the debt will look like next year?
I can't give you a figure as of now. Any surplus funds we have after servicing our debt, they will basically be used to reduce the debt.
Okay, will you list any of your units, say the Oman unit, for instance, or even JPL?
Well, as far as the listing of Oman is concerned or JPL is concerned, we have always had it on the cards, how we can cash out the potential of the companies. But, we have to look for an appropriate time.
Are you looking to sell a stake in the listed company JSPL? I mean, any stake sale talks that are underway?
Well, why limit, selling option just to Japanese? There are many others who express deep interest on JSPL steel plants, which are actually state of art. So therefore, I don't want to, limit ourselves just to one party. We keep talking to various people, and depending as to where we can strike a good sort of a deal and arrangement, we will decide it accordingly.
All right, all right. Well, at least you're acknowledging that you're actively looking for a stake sale in JSPL.